Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, where now Arjuna is seeing the universal form of the Lord right in front of him. They were both on the chariot, Krishna and Arjun, and now Krishna is showing him the Virat Roop. So Arjuna is wonderstruck. He's full of wonder, and he's been saying now what he's seeing. Aneka bahu daravaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvatonanta rupam nantam na madhyam na punastamadim pashyami vishveshvara vishvarupa. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. So here Krishna is showing him the Virat Roop, and Arjuna is saying, I'm seeing in you all arms, bellies, mouth, eyes. There's no beginning, no end. Because Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is unlimited. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rasim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam durniriksham samantat Deeptanalarkadyutim aprameyam. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. So Arjuna is saying, first he was saying he could see all bellies, mouths, eyes, everything, arms, our senses. We feel that we are the controller of our senses, but actually belongs to Krishna. The Virat Roop has the senses, that's why we have the senses. Virat Roop has the eyes, so we have eyes. He has arms, so we have arms. And here, the Brahma Jyoti is coming from him, is glowing like fire, glaring effulgence, like Sanjay said, like thousands of suns if they were to rise at one time. And so many crowns and clubs and discs. Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam tvam asya vishvasya param nidhanam tvam avyaya shasvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam Purusho Matome. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion and the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Now that Krishna is showing the Virat Roop to Arjuna, he is saying, you are God. You are the one. Dharmam tu shaksat bhagavad pranitam, Yamraj says in Bhagavatam, Canto 6. Yamraj is saying that God lays down the religious principles. Whatever God says becomes religion. Here, Krishna, Arjuna is also saying, you are the maintainer of the eternal religion. So, Anadimadhyantamanantaviryam Anantabahum Shashisurya Netram Pashyami Tvam Deeptahutashavakram Swatejasa Vishwamidam Tapantam. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. There's no limit to the extent of the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places, there's repetition. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at a time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. Because Arjuna is keeping on saying that he's able to see this very bright effulgence coming from the Virat Roop. And there is so many hands and mouths and bellies everywhere. He's saying your sun and moon are your eyes. Your glory is unlimited. So again and again, Arjuna is repeating some of the things. So Prabhupada is explaining. It's not that he's repeating because he doesn't know what to say. It's just out of ecstasy. Sometimes somebody may repeat, or sometimes somebody is wonderstruck, like here. Arjuna is in wonder. He's great wonder at this wondrous Virat Roop. Dyava prithvyor idam antaram hi vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarva drishtva drishtadbhutam rupam ukram tavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatman. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Dyav Aprithvyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in the planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. So it's not that Arjuna is making it up that he's the only one who's seeing it. No. For example, we heard that Sanjay could see it. And there are other great personalities also who were able to see this wondrous form. Because Arjuna is so, he's struck with wonder at seeing this uh, Virat Roop, the universal form of the Lord. Amihi tvam sura sangha vishanti kechet bhita pranjalayo grananti swasti uktva maharshi siddhasangha stuvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhi. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. The demigods in all the planetary systems feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence, and so prayed for protection. So everyone in the planetary system, they are so awestruck by seeing this Virat Roop of the Lord. Some of them are scared, and so they are offering prayers to the Lord. There's and Arjuna can see all the demigods in the Lord also. Like initially he saw Lord Brahma there, Lord Shiva, all the Rudras, the Vasus, the Adityas. Rudra, yeah. Rudratitya vasvo ye cha sadhya Vishveshvinam marutaschoshmapascha Gandharva yaksha surasiddha sangha Vikshante tvam vismitichascheva sarve. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishvadevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So Arjuna is able to see everyone here in the universal form of the Lord. Lord Shiva is there, the Adityas. Adityas are the sons of Mother Aditi, the Vasus. All these are like great personalities. They are demigods, Sadhyas, Vishwadevas, Ashvis, the Ashwani Kumaras, the Maruts. Rupam Mahate Bahuvatra Netram Mahabaho Bahubahurupadam Bahudaram Bahudram Karalam Drishtva Loka Pravyathitas Tathaham. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. So all the demigods are disturbed seeing the universal form of Krishna. And Arjuna is saying, as they are disturbed, I'm disturbed also because it's a ferocious, fierce form. He's seeing everyone entering in his form, so much bright light. He's saying it has terrible teeth also. Nabhasparsham deeptam anekavarnam Vyatatnanam deepta vishala netram Drishtva hi tvam pravyathitantaratma Tritim na vindami shamam cha Vishnu. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. So first Arjuna was full of wonder at seeing his friend being God, being the source of everything. Well, he already understood Krishna as God. He's the cause of all causes. But when he actually saw the Vishwarup, he was full of wonder and now he's scared because there's fire coming from his mouth. The teeth are terrible and his eyes are glowing and his mouths are gaping. So many mouths he's able to see in one place. Damshtra karalani chate mukhani drashtva kala nalasani bhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasida devesha jagan nivasa. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. So Arjuna is so scared. Now he's like, oh, I can't behold you. Please have mercy on me. Please be gracious to me. It's an awful, awful form that I'm seeing. Death-like faces, awful teeth. I'm bewildered by all this. Ami cha tvam drashtarasya putra sarve sahevavani sanghe Bhishmo drona sutaputrastathasa sahasmadiyer apiyodamukhe Vaktrani te tvaramana vishanti Damshtra karalani bhayanakani Kechit vilagna dashanantareshu Sandrishyante churniter uttamange. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. In a previous verse, the Lord promised to show Arjuna things he would be very interested in seeing. Now Arjuna sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra and their soldiers, and Arjuna's own soldiers are being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. It is also mentioned here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Karna. Not only will the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjuna's side also. So Arjuna is seeing that all these great warriors are being killed. They are entering into the mouth of the Virat room. Yeah, they are rushing into their fearful mouths, and so he can see that they're gonna die now. So not only the soldiers or the great personalities from Dhritarashtra's side, Arjuna is saying, even our side, I see so many great warriors, our chief soldiers, that they are gonna die. Yatha nadinam bhavam bhuveka samudram eva vimukha dravanti tatha tavami naralokavira vishanti vaktrani abhivijvalanti. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors entering, blazing into your mouths. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samritaveka tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samritaveka. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. We've seen, especially on rainy days, there'll be the street lights or even the house lights, the moths will come on them. And the moths, they're going to die in that fire. Arjuna is saying, I'm seeing everyone rushing full speed into your mouth. They're going to die and they still can't control themselves. Leliyase samana samanta lokan samakran vadaner jwalati tejo virapurya jagat samakram asastavograha pratapanti Vishnu. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays. So death, Krishna says, death, time I am, right? He says, I'm death. He said that already in 10th chapter. Arjuna is actually seeing what Krishna is saying, that how he's death. Everybody's rushing into him. Everyone is dying. Krishna said, I'm the source of the Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti. Arjuna is seeing that there's so much effulgence coming from Krishna's body. Akhya hi me ko bhavan ugra rupa namastute deva vara prasida vigyatum ichhami bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravritim. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. Arjuna is so wonderstruck and he's so scared, he doesn't know what's happening. So he's saying, please have mercy on me. You kindly tell me who you are now. He's seeing everyone is dying. It's so fierce, this form. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Kalosmi Loka Shayakrit Pravritto Lokan Samhartum Iha Pravritaha Ritepi Tvam Na Bhavishyanti Sarve Yeva Sthita Pratyanake Shuko Yodaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual mission of this devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas. So Krishna is saying, Time I am, Kalos me. Yeah. Time is the impersonal representation of Krishna. With time, everything deteriorates here in the material world. Krishna is saying, I'm going to destroy everyone, exception of you, the Pandavas. Yeah, in the Kurukshetra war, almost everyone died. As stated in the Katha Upanishad 1-25, Yasa Brahma Shatram Cha Ube Bhavata Odana Mrityur Yasyo Pashechanam Ka Itha Veda Yatra Saha. Eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is the all devouring giant. And here Krishna presents himself in that form of all devouring time. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. So, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna gets mm, very bewildered. He's overcome with compassion that how can I kill my grandfather, my teachers, my cousins? How can I kill them? So here Krishna is telling him, even if you don't kill them, they're already killed. He could see that they're already gonna die. Everyone is rushing into the Virat roop. Krishna in the form of time kills everyone. Death is gonna come for everyone. So someone may say, well, I don't want to surrender to Krishna while I'm living, but then we have to surrender to Krishna in the form of death. We have taken birth, then we have to die. Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhangsvarajam samriddham maye vaiti nihata purvam eva nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. So this is very famous line. Become my instrument, O Arjuna, he's saying. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Savyasachin refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior, capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. So, Savyasachi is one of the names of Arjuna, means very expert in shooting arrows. So, just become an instrument, nimitta matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nimitta Matram. Arjuna is an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Krishna is showing him that even if you don't fight, I have already killed them. So the choice is yours. You want to become my instrument, then you will fight and you're going to become the hero of the battle of Kurukshetra. Till today we say, oh wow, Arjuna, great hero, great warrior. So he became famous because he became an instrument in the hands of Lord Krishna. Foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan, and all manifestations are but accidental formations. There are many so called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this, or maybe like that, but there is no question of perhaps and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is this plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back to home. So, this is the plan of the Lord. Everything is moving. We may think, oh, it's such a coincidence. Oh, how come it happened? We may wonder. But everything is happening under the plan of the Supreme Lord. It is said that not even a blade of grass can move without the will of the Lord. Not even a blade of grass. And what is the Lord's plan? Why did He create this material world? Why are we here in this material world? Well, because we had a desire to enjoy separate from God, because of our envy. So we are put here in this material world. And this material world, we are given a chance to go back home, back to Godhead, to understand who we really are, to understand that, oh, I am not the body, I am a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. I have an eternal relationship with Krishna, and my real home is in the spiritual world. This is what we have to understand. This is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, he's saying Mama Vamsa Jiva Loke, that all the Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. He's saying all the conditioned souls are my part and parcels. So that's our relationship right there. You know, first, he says that we are all souls. We are not the body. We are spirit souls. Then he's saying all these souls, they are my parts and parcels. We have an eternal relationship. And he keeps saying that those who worship me will come to me to live with me in the spiritual world. As long as they have the domineering mentality, which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned. So we are here in the material world because we want to control this material energy. That's why we are in this material world. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. Then he would be happy. If one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect. So Arjuna became a hero, he became an instrument in the hands of the Lord. That's how he got the kingdom and he became happy. So our proposition, that's why Krishna is saying, surrender unto me. Sarva dharmam parityagya, he says in the 18th chapter, 66th verse, saying, surrender unto me. We are thinking that we are the controllers of this material nature. Or we may think that this material nature is happening by chance or coincidence. We have to understand that everything is happening under the plan of the Supreme Lord, under the will of the Supreme Lord, and that we need to revive our relationship with God, revive our God consciousness, revive our Krishna consciousness. So the more we hear, the more we chant, the more we can revive our relationship with God. Is that okay?
Yes, Didi.
Yes, Didi. Thank you. Hare
Any
Krishna, Didi.
comments?
Hare Krishna. I have a
Yeah.
I need to ask something.
Yes,
Can
please.
I?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Yes,
Tomorrow is the last day of Kartik month, right?
that's right.
So, and is there any special thing?
I'm sorry, there's an
Is
echo
there
coming. Is there any?
is there any special thing that we should do tomorrow, or is this just the same thing what I've been doing it?
Yeah, the Damodar Ashtakam offering the ghee lamp can hear and chant more. The more we hear and chant, the better. Actually, these last 5 days, starting from Ekadashi to Purnima,
Mhm.
we can take advantage of this time and try to hear more and more from Bhagavad Gita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, and chant more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's the special thing that we can do. Apart
Okay,
from
fine. Thank you.
already, yeah, thank you. Apart from already offering the ghee lamp to Lord Damodar while singing the
Okay,
Damodar Ashtakam.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Were there any other questions or comments? No? Okay. So thank you all so much. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.